Dan and Anthony Chung's American Dream. The American Dream was significant in the 19th century and still is today because many people strive to achieve their own version of the American Dream, including immigrants. Three examples of people who achieved the American Dream in the 19th century are Mark Twain, Andrew Carnegie, and John D. Rockefeller. An achiever of the American Dream can be described as one who started from any social class and through hard work and ambition became successful. Mark Twain overcame all his failures and through persistency in many fields of work became successful. Andrew Carnegie, an immigrant to America when he was young and dreamed of being successful, he revolutionized the steel industry and became one of the richest men in the world. John D. Rockefeller set his goal high, even saying, "Someday I will be the richest man in the world," and set out to accomplish this goal through the oil industry. Twain, Carnegie, and Rockefeller all had a common goal of becoming successful through different industry and making money. Mark Twain was a famous writer in America. His lifetime was legendary. He had no proper education in youth, faced a downfall section of life towards his end, but still successfully achieved his goals and has been remembered as the greatest American novelist. Mark Twain's success came from his work experience during his youth. From working as an apprentice for a local printer to a young writer, he started his writing career. During the time period from 1880 to 1894, Twain met his downfall financially. He was forced to bankruptcy due to his investment on a new typesetting machine that was never completed. Tired of being in debt, Twain began on a lecture tour around the world to pay off his debt, telling the world his personal stories about his writing. Throughout Mark Twain's lifetime, his writing was not only famous in the nation, but also worldwide. Everything he wrote tells a story that reflects his thinking, and he was never afraid of standing out and telling the truth, even if bad things would be the result. He achieved his dream and became not only a true American, but the American.
Andrew Carnegie is an example of an immigrant who turned nothing into everything and ultimately achieved the American dream. Carnegie and his family sought out a better life in America. When they got here, Andrew began to aspire greatness, a characteristic necessary to achieve the American dream. Carnegie originally began as an operator and quickly advanced to higher positions, slowly making more and more money. Carnegie revolutionized the steel industry through ideas given to him among his extensive travel trips back to Europe. He contributed largely to the United States surpassing Britain for steel output in the late 1800s. Carnegie, through pursuing his dreams in America, fulfilled his childhood ambition and became one of the richest men in the world. Woven into his American dream was the dream that he would buy his mother a house in New York so she could live comfortably and be relaxed for the rest of her life. Carnegie also succeeded in this secondary phase of his dream and is the classic example of an immigrant achieving the American dream through hard work, persistence, and ingenuity. John D. Rockefeller is an example of another American native who started off with little, but because of his work ethic and motivation, he was able to become a successful businessman at the hands of the oil industry. Rockefeller had high ambition ever since he was a child and set out to pursue and actualize his childhood dreams. Rockefeller began his long and successful business career trading grain, meats, and hay during the Civil War and used that money to further march down the road to success. From there, he turned to the oil industry and, like Carnegie, revolutionized the refining of oil. As many Americans striving to achieve the American dream did, Rockefeller too worked many jobs until he found an industry that he could take advantage of. He began to earn high profits and catapulted to the top of the food chain in terms of wealth throughout the world. Rockefeller became one of the richest men in the world and fulfilled his high aspirations, ultimately succeeding and fulfilling his American dream of success. Finally, the American dream is one that can be achieved by all people because of America's opportunistic environment. The American dream can be summarized as success. This success is relative to each individual, but in the cases of Twain, Carnegie, and Rockefeller, success meant wealth. America is open to all types of ambitious individuals, including immigrants. Carnegie is the perfect example of an immigrant who made the most of his situation and through his natural motivation achieved his dreams. Twain and Rockefeller are examples of American-born citizens who had high aspirations and used their brilliance to take advantage of weak systems, and through their entrepreneurial skills became successful. America is the land of opportunity, and its resources were manipulated by Twain, Rockefeller, and Carnegie alike in order for their goals to be achieved.